Okay, so here's a quick rundown of my gear that I have to pick from. Some of this won't be coming. I will only be taking one pack and one fuel canister. We're going to start from the right and work our way over. I won't be bringing that many keys, but I do have a Ziploc for the keys. A lot of people forget to mention stuff like that. They're very expensive if you get them wet. So I will have a Ziploc for my car key. My GPS, it's a Garmin Oregon 300. It's probably going, I think I bought that in 07. It was 2 weeks after it was released, is when I bought it. Immediately beside it is my LED headlamp. Below it is my Ziploc bag with my waterproof matches and my striker, which is my flint, which is missing. That'll be in there. We got my cigars. This trip is going to be 2 days, 1 night. So I only need 2 batteries for the GPS, and I've got a spare, I'm only bringing 1 battery for my camera, which I'm actually using right now. It's a Pintex WG1, which is the ruggedized, waterproof, shockproof, and all that fun stuff. I've got 4 batteries total. Only going to bring the 1. I don't think I'll need that, even though I'm taking a lot of pictures on this trip. Immediately above that, I've got my first aid kit, an emergency blanket, which is the reflective blanket. 2 tea lights. I've carried those around. I've never actually used them, but they are a good fire starter if you run into some very difficult times. I've got a disposable rain poncho, a shake and bake, body warmer. Immediately beside that, I've got my cooking and eating items. I've got my my spork, plastic spork, nice and light. The tin, although a little bit heavy, is a 1 liter. That's normally what I use for my beverages. It does have a nice little hook on the top, so I can carabiner it and clip it to my ridgeline on my hammock. I've got a 1 liter pot, my tin mug, my collapsible Coleman, I believe it's Coleman brand stove, and 2 fuel canisters. This is a very slow setup, but very reliable. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes with an open pot to boil 1 liter of water, but it will boil water in blowing winds. Fuel wise also, I'm still in the first canister, probably got a dozen or so boils on it, and I still have probably half a can of fuel. So very reliable, don't have to carry a whole bunch of canisters. It is slow, that's the only downside to it. I've got my trusty compass, that saved me when my GPS has failed. Trail tape, which I may use a little bit on this particular trip. I'm going out mapping a trail that doesn't exist, so I may use it for key areas. Directly above that is my Mech 30 liter zip down pack. It's a bit heavier. That's probably the one I'll use on this trip because it is a bit smaller. The zipper down is nice, where the top down one's a pain. If you want something in the bottom, you gotta dig everything out. This here, zipper down all the way, means the pack's open less. Good for rainy weather, which is what I'm going to be in this weekend coming. It's supposed to rain Saturday. Directly beside my pack, I've got my food up in the bowl above, which I'll cover in a few minutes. The dry bag, which is a 20 liter rugged bag, it's a heavy duty bag. That'll be my food bag. Only food's going to go in there, and that'll be tied up as a bear bag. I'll cover that a little, probably on another clip. Below that is my hiking sleeping bag. It's good for 14 degrees, they say. I've been sub-zero with it. A little chilly, but not too bad. Weighs 1.5 pounds. It's also got compression straps, which is not compressed right now. Directly below that, you've got my water filtration bottle. This is my second one. They work. They're good. I've never had any problems. Never been sick. Well, the last trip we ate Wendy's afterwards, and I was a bit sick there, but that's probably the food. Beside that is my hammock, which is the ENO Double Down Deluxe. Probably should have got a double down, not the deluxe version. It's way too big. There's enough material to fold both sides over myself twice. In there as well is the carabiners as well, and I've got 2 10-foot 1-inch tree straps as well. So everything is in there to hang it. Directly below that is my 2 liter water bladder. Not necessary. I could just go with the water bottle because I'm going to be crossing a lot of water, but the convenience to keep moving is nice. I've got my little pocket knife, which will be on me while we're hiking. Beside that, I've got I believe it's 11 by 11 light duty poly tarp. That's what I'll be using for a tarp on this trip. I could have gone with a coated ripstop nylon tarp, The only problem is the coating does eventually wear out, and they are very expensive. That tarp was, I think that tarp was about $8. Throw in the 50 foot of paracord that's included with it, which is the ridge line and the peg ropes. That may be a $15 setup you're looking at right there. It is a bit bulky, but it is going to be dry. I know it's not going to leak. Beside that is my dying cell phone with a Ziploc baggie below it. I Ziploc baggie anything that isn't waterproof or known to be waterproof. Directly above that, I've got a that is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack. A little bit bigger than the newer ones, but it works. It's cheap. It will charge my cell phone as well as run the GPS. Unfortunately, it won't charge this camera that I'm using. The WG-1 doesn't charge via USB, which is very inconvenient. To the left of that, I've got my bear bag rope. That's 50 foot, glow in the dark, a lot bulkier than I could go with. I could go with a paracord now, but I've had it long enough that I'll live with it. I'll eventually replace it though. And then I've got my trek pole and then my key-bar knife. Above that, I've got my other heavy-duty 20-liter dry bag. And that is my sleeping bag liner I made. That was just a cheap, I think that was the bargain bin fleece at the fabric store. That'll go in my hiking sleeping bag because we are expecting near freezing temperatures on this trip, and it's going to rain. And then directly above that, I've got my top load 50-liter pack, which I probably won't take on this trip. This is going to be an all bushwhacking trip, so I want as small as I could possibly be on there, so if the pack is light and small, it'll go through the bush better. Now, just going real quickly through the food. I'm going to be eating breakfast at home because the trail that I'm mapping is down the road from my house. So, first meal on the trail will be on-the-go snacks. I've got 3. Those are Kirkland brand granola bars. I've Ziplocked them, removed the wrapper so I don't have to carry the garbage out. The Ziploc bags can be used later on. I'll be including that with some pepperettes. I believe there's 6 in there. I probably could have gone with a lighter food, but I like my pepperettes. So that is the food I'm taking. For lunch, that's my on-the-go lunch. Dinner is, I've got 2 packs. These are pre-cooked pasta. That's about 800 grams of pasta that was pre-cooked, rinsed, and then dehydrated. And going on those, I've got separated. These are, that's 1 cup of sauce when it's hydrated. I believe that is 73 grams. So 250 grams shrinks down to 73 grams when you dehydrate it. So I've got 2 full servings depending on how hungry I am, and I can have that with some coffee or a coffee for later on. Just regular instant coffee. That is 4 mugs. Not cups, not 250 mils, that's mugs per bag. I've got 2 bags, so if I want coffee with supper, it is going to be damp and raining and cold, so I'll probably have some coffee with supper or after supper. So I've got 1 baggie there, and I've got a second one as well, so that's 8 mugs for the coffee. Again, I did mention that I do use that 1 liter jug over there for beverages, so that'll probably use half a baggie per canister. Then for breakfast, I've got just quick and easy Quaker instant oatmeal. I've got 4 packages. I can use some at night if I decide to have a snack in the middle of the night. I've got that available, or I can just have it for breakfast. And then again, my quick on the go 3 more granola bars and some more pepperettes. The granola bars, I could package them together, but it's a lot more convenient. The pepperettes, I recommend package them per serving because they are going to be greasy, and you will get grease on your hands. You don't want to be handling stuff, especially stuff that's not going to be hung or is going to be with you when you're in the hammock. You don't want the smell of food with you. Be sure, this is why I have a 20-liter bag for my bear bag. Be sure that all foods, gum, toothpaste, anything with fragrance is not in your pack, not in your hammock, and is in the bear bag. It should be called a rodent bag more than anything, because it's going to be raccoons, skunks, and other rodents are going to be after it instead of very unlikely to be bears. that's pretty much everything. The only thing I'm missing from this, again, is my clothing. Apparently I gotta do laundry, so I'll have to do another video clip of that. And I don't have my bell. I do have to locate my bell because I normally attach it to the bear bag. So that way there, if I've got any rodents trying to get my food, I'll be notified, because I am pretty grouchy and hungry. I need my coffee and my food in the morning. So that's pretty much everything. Again, I'll cover my clothing after. This is everything for a two day, 1 night rain and just above freezing trip.